very happy to be joined now by Cavan Biggio, Blue Jays second baseman on the line. Are you a country music guy, Cavan?
Yeah, you got to be when you're from Texas. So,
Yeah,
I am.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I was just in Texas last week in July, which is it's a decision that I made. How do you survive summers in Houston? That doesn't seem like humans were meant to be there in the summer.
Yeah, you definitely got to stay indoors as much as possible, and you got to hydrate because especially in Houston, you walk out in that humidity and you just immediately start sweating.
Yeah. Secondary question about Houston. Then maybe we'll move on. Maybe not. How do you not also gain 1,000,000 pounds every time you go back? Because like I had some of the best barbecue I've ever tasted at the gas station.
Yeah, I mean Houston's great restaurants there. The Tex-Mex is best I've ever had. Seafood solid, and you got chains like Whataburger there that are hard to stay out of.
Yeah. I managed to stay out of Whataburger, but I did Rudy's. Rudy's is
Rudy's barbecue is good, yeah.
oh,
I
man,
feel like Ben actually
that.
respects you so much more for making it to the big leagues, despite like your adversity was growing up in a place where there's really good food, and that you didn't bloat up and ruin your trajectory.
Yeah, no.
So congratulations to you for having the willpower.
Well done.
Yeah, thank you.
So this is an interesting time for any Major League Baseball player headed towards the trade deadline on Wednesday. Of course, you know, many of your teammates are involved in trade rumors. Well, what's this been like for you, your first trade deadline?
For me, I'm just trying to focus on the guys in the locker room right now. Obviously, there's a bunch of speculation and stuff going on with the rumors, and I think the best way to approach it is just focus on the guys in the locker room right now and trying to win.
Has there been one particular veteran that's taken you under their wing?
Yeah, I think Eric Sogard is a guy that I've grown close to just because we both broke camp and went to AAA he was there for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks or so. So, yeah, so I was able to get pretty close to him and then getting called up, and it was nice having him up here.
So much has been talked about when it comes to your teammate Marcus Stroman and his potential trading before Wednesday at 4 o'clock. Can you just talk to us about what Marcus is like as a teammate?
Yeah, Marcus has done nothing but treat me with respect, and he's been very good to me, and he's a lot of fun to play behind just because of obviously he's a very good pitcher and he gets a lot of guys out, but he's got to use his defense a lot, and he competes, and it's a lot of fun to defend behind him.
So let's get into you a little bit, because I think Ben and I are both pretty fascinated with your career, because out of all the top prospects that are in this organization, out of all the young players, you were the most, I would say, under the radar. I think that when things started to break for you last season, there was probably a little bit more hesitancy from some to say, okay, well, this is the real deal. Did something change for you last year? Like, what was something that maybe all of a sudden started to tilt this, or was it just simply people weren't recognizing it quite well before?
No, I just think I went into the off season before my AA year, and I made a couple adjustments in my offensive approach, and I was just trying to be more consistent as a hitter and hit balls hard more consistently. So I think when I made those couple of adjustments and I stuck to my approach, and it just helped me that much more. And I knew the possibilities that could happen for me just from, my approach and stuff. And I just wanted to work on things that I wasn't necessarily the best at. So I just thought putting it all together would help me more.
Yeah, and your plate approach when you've gotten to the big leagues is the thing that most people just really admire. Talking to Cavan Biggio, Blue Jays second baseman. People don't also talk about you get to the big leagues and you know what? They don't have a book on you. They see it for the first time, and maybe there's an adjustment as you go through the league. Is that what you're seeing right now, is that people understand that, hey, this is a guy that's pretty patient. We better feed him some fastballs early in counts?
Yeah, I think I noticed that after my first couple of weeks in the big leagues where I wasn't a guy that was going to chase outside the zone, and you have to attack from the first pitch. So I think I noticed in the past couple of weeks where guys are just, they're trying to get ahead with the fastball and try to stay in the zone with 2 strikes because, I mean, the less pitches you try and waste, the more successful you're going to be. And I think the more scouting reports come out, the more they see you is just the different types of adjustments they're going to make, and then adjustments I'm going to have to make to counter that.
I want to preface this next series of questions by saying, like, obviously, Cavan Biggio respects all umpires across not just Major League Baseball, but across the world. But you have, like, this encyclopedic knowledge of the strike zone. There's even that story about you in the minor leagues telling the people that operated the pitch tracker that it was off, and they adjusted it because you were right. It was off by, like, half an inch or whatever. Do you think if Cavan Biggio in another dimension had been an umpire, you would have been the greatest umpire in all of baseball?
I don't know if you could say that, because what they do isn't the easiest thing. Like you said, I have all the respect for those guys, and I mean, everyone's human. They always make mistakes, and I think that pitch tracker is, when it shows the ball's outside the zone, it's quarter of an inch, and we're like, oh my God, how do you miss that? You're such an idiot. But in reality, that ball's coming in hot, and they got to make a decision a split second. So I mean, being an umpire is very hard. So I don't think that I would be the greatest umpire of all time. I might have a better shot calling balls and strikes from left in a batter's box versus behind the catcher.
You know what, though? It's not a bad legacy to have here, because we used to have that exact same take about Jose Bautista, was how amazing Bautista would have been as an umpire. It's just, I don't know if he would have had the temperament for it.
Yeah, probably not. A lot of ejections.
All right, so we're out of players again. What are we going to do about this? You think the Angel Hernandez stuff has gotten out of control. It's probably be a little bit different with Jose.
Yeah.
That being said, robot umps, how'd you feel about that?
I'm like a baseball purist. I don't like the game changing too much. I think the relationships that players have with umpires, the professionalism, I mean, it's always been a part of the game, especially from behind the plate. I get that that the borderline pitches that I get rung up on or fall behind the count on, that when they're balls, I mean, they would be balls, but I just think the way the game is now, and I think it should always be like that, just because I feel like if there's a robot umpire, I think pitchers are going to start to take advantage of it, and they will start to teach some of these pitches that aren't in the game right now, such as like a high curveball that starts above your head and it clips the top of the zone, which is near impossible to hit. But yeah, I mean, I get the benefits of it, but I think the game is perfect the way it is right now.
I'm with you with a lot of that. It's just that when the umpires wore the black wrist or armbands for respect, that's kind of where they lost me. I was like, okay, you know what? That's the end of that.
Yeah,
what are those for? Oh, did someone die?
Yeah,
no, just disrespect. Okay, maybe no more umpires. So we spent a lot of time, obviously, now talking about the young core that's coming up, and that you are a part of it. And I think that there's a group of 6 players right now that we kind of circle and say, well, this is what it is moving forward. And I wonder what your relationship is with the younger guys on this team that project to be here for a long time, and if there's already a real sense of ownership over this franchise from that group.
Yeah, I mean, I just think the way we're going with things and the future of this organization, you can see the guys that are kind of laying it out and what guys are going to be here. And I think Ross and Mark have done a good job with, like, for me and Vlad and Gurriel, where they've called us up and they're letting us experience the big leagues and figuring it out and learning how to play at this level. And there's a couple more pieces to fill in, and I think the way we're moving with things, we're going to have a pretty special ball club for not just a short time, but maybe a long time.
How anxious is Bo to get up here?
Oh man, he's a competitor, and he wants to be the best player that he could possibly be, and he can't wait to get up here. But he knows that he does understand the reality of it and understands to be patient, and that he's going to be a special player, and what we're going to have here is pretty special. So I mean, that allows him to calm down, but knowing him, I mean, he's just itching to get up there.
Yeah, can you give us a bit of a scouting report? What should people expect when he gets here, which I assume is in the coming weeks?
Yeah, Bo's a super aggressive baseball player where you see it in his offensive approach where anything close he's probably going to swing at it. And the crazy thing is that he's probably going to hit it hard. And the thing that makes him so good, I think, is his competitiveness mixed with his aggressiveness. So when he gets on the bases, he's super aggressive. He's fast, and he likes to steal bases. He likes to set up RBIs for guys, and defensively, he's getting better and better each year at shortstop. So, I mean, he makes some crazy plays at shortstop, and if you ask him, I think he's got to work on some things until he gets really, really special over there. But I mean, he's an exciting player. He does it all. So yeah, he can change a ball game with a swing, with a play, or a stolen base. I mean, he's going to be an exciting player for a long time.
I know you guys are all early in your careers, so you're probably pretty obsessed with just playing the game right now and trying to get better. But is there something that you all share when it comes to an interest outside of baseball?
What do you mean?
Like away from the diamond, is there anything that you guys particularly
Is
enjoy?
Fortnite over?
Yeah. No, I'm over Fortnite. Please tell me that that's still not the thing. But I just mean, yeah, is there something that you guys like to do together or that you kind of share in common that is an interest outside of baseball?
I don't know. I think Bo and I we play Fortnite sometimes, but I mean, besides that, I mean, we share pretty similar personalities and we click pretty well. So, I mean, we like to hang out off the field and do things on off days sometimes or before games or whatnot. But I don't know about anything specific. But the only thing I can really think about is Fortnite.
Yeah.
It's because
Fortnite's still
Ben
around.
put it in your head, though,
I know.
too.
I gaslit you.
Yeah.
That's all right. Before I let you go, Cavan, so you're a Notre Dame guy. And actually, you got another Notre Dame guy on this team, in David Phelps. But are you Notre Dame football guy?
Yes, for sure.
All right. Have you been monitoring this team and their chances? Because I'm looking at some of the preseason rankings, ranked around 11-ish. How are you feeling going into this year?
I'm feeling pretty positive about it. I mean, I think I went into last year thinking that it might be a year away, 2 years away, but obviously they went undefeated and then, that before the playoffs and whatnot, but, they surprised me and I thought they were going to be better this coming up year than they were last year. So I think that beating that we took from Clemson is a big learning point for us. And I just think, we got a shot this year and anything could happen.
It's good that you have American teammates because one thing Canadians do not know is American college football. Like, call us during bowl season and we'll gamble on some games. But yeah, outside of that, like we do 3 hours of talk radio every day. Doesn't register. Can't do even a minute of it.
Dang,
yeah.
I'm missing out. That's my favorite college football.
I mean, you can listen to our show. You can still listen to it, and maybe we'll surprise you someday. But I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, maybe. The playoffs and the championship game. Yeah, we'll be all over that. But yeah, generally
starting to pretend like we knew these guys all along, like just jumping on the back. Oh yeah, no, this guy, he's a great quarterback. He's going to be doing big things. Oh, what's that? He went undrafted. Oh, okay, yeah.
Cavan, we really appreciate you taking the time for us. Thanks, man.
Good luck, buddy.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me on.